How's it going, everyone? This is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome, true readers, to another review. This is the Mighty Captain Marvel #1. Now, this cover, it's not as good as issue 0, because issue 0 was sort of a mixture between painting and a comic book cover. But this one, I have to give it, some credit. It shows the burden that the Mighty Captain Marvel is under, even though it's not explored in depth on the cover or in the issue. You see the signs down there that says "Go girl" and "You rock." She's being made out to be this rock star of a superhero, the Mighty Captain Marvel. Nobody can defeat her. That's going to weigh her down. And it will weigh her down eventually, until she buckles. Just because she can swallow a sun, like she just said, doesn't mean that she's impervious to anxiety or stress. Anyway, the cover is really good. I like it because it shows Captain Marvel flying in the air against a blue sky. It's a beautiful blue sky. And blue is a symbol of hope. And so maybe that's a way of saying Captain Marvel is a symbol of hope for those in the Marvel Universe. I don't know. Anyway, here in the story, we open up at New York City, Times Square, where Carol Danvers is narrating. First rule of superhero boss fights: you never forget you're the boss. And this is where the show to fund the Alpha Flight space station is being filmed, and the show is loosely based on Captain Marvel. And that guy with the cape is Hero Man. And he uses what looks like a some type of sword to go thwack, and it makes the actress who's playing Captain Marvel fall back, and then she lunges at Hero Man, and then it says down in the bottom right hand corner, second rule: and the Hero Man says, "Great grapple, Captain Marvel. I don't know if I should punch you in the jaw or kiss you on the mouth, Hero Man. Let me help you make up your mind. My mind has nothing to do with this one. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Vomit!" That's Carol Danvers. Second rule: never let him confuse a right hook with hooking up. Cut. Quiet on set. Now, I do understand, the complaint that Captain Marvel has here, even though I don't think it's entirely necessary to make this complaint. My mind has nothing to do with this one. Well, Captain Marvel went through the Air Force, she went through NASA, and then she became a superhero. So, she used her mind all the way through that. But, aside from this little statement, which should have had, lots of people triggered that are, that are super supportive of feminism or whatever, this is just cheesy dialogue. And so, on the side of the set, Captain Marvel soundstage, Wacker Studios in New York. Oh, Captain, my Captain, bah! That's Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman. Also, Carol Danvers' good friend. Carol says, every word is torture. They don't train you for this in the Air Force. 0 G's? Yes. TV cheese? No. Ha ha, Jessica says. It's not funny. It's my life. Well, I wish you had taken a cue from the TV show and grown your hair out, because the butch haircut would have been cool when you were going through the Air Force, but you're no longer in the Air Force, okay? Jessica says, I'm sorry, I know the board put you up to it, but hey, at least the show will keep Alpha Flight funded and in the air, right? That's the idea, she says. Danvers, I take it you have notes on the script again, the director says. Yeah, Jason, I'd like a few cuts, like all the dialogue. Jessica says, and that's, oh, Captain Danvers to you, pal. Jess, this is Jason J, our director. Be nice or he'll give you a cameo. Ha 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 ha. I thought that was funny. And this is actor playing Hero Man, actor playing Carol Danvers. Get me down, I gotta go to the little hero's room. Me too, I got a wedgie. First it was the title, he says, which sounds like a box of cereal. And when you think about it, Captain Marvel, well, that does sort of sound like a box of cereal. Then it was the costume design. She has lots of cleavage, so... Sorry, my phone. And if Carol Danvers worked out more, in other words, if the writers, would draw her differently, then she too would have a more robust chest, like the actress who's playing her. Or at least she would have some more muscles, because she doesn't look very strong, but her strength comes from her superpowers. Carol, the caller ID says it's POTUS. That's the President of the United States. That can't be good. But it's better than, talking to him. I'm sure that's what she thinks. The White House? You thinking what I'm thinking? And Jessica just stands there and says, never. Captain Marvel, West Wing special, after our location shoot on Alpha Flight. Oh, Jason, my Jason, Alpha Flight's in space, right? Dig! At your command, Chief. What's wrong? And so, she gets out of there, gets the word from the Commander-in-Chief, and calls her space station, the Alpha Flight space station, and tells them to expect an incoming data burst from the Pentagon, and to loop it back to her. So she meets her friend and also comrade by the name of Squatch, because he looks like a Sasquatch. And she says, got crumbs in your fur again, Squatch. Chocolate chip pumpkin cookies. Fangirl 17 baked them for you. That's your stomach? Serves you right. Now get us out of here. So they go on out of here, and this is something I noticed. Lots of these people are holding up these signs, and these two are holding up this sign that says, make mine Marvel. Well, that's a Marvel Comics phrase that I think was popularized back when Stan Lee was at Marvel. I'm not sure if it's still in use today or not. I haven't seen it published in Marvel Comics. And I do read a few of their books. But I know that's an old Marvel Comics phrase. Maybe your alien fan base wants to catch the premiere of your new show. Stop, she says. Admit it, you're finally sitting at the cool kids table. And Carol says, only if the cool kids means you, Jess. After the whole Ulysses mess, my closest friends are either dead or not speaking to me, and that's from Civil War II, which I didn't watch. So, I didn't read. Jess says, so, wait, I'm at the loser table? So they get the data stream and they have a close look at what's going on, and apparently they're army rangers that are taking hostages. But one hostage in particular is of interest. This little girl here. It's a Kree child. She's alien, but she's just a little girl. That hostage, it's a kid, not just any kid. She's Kree, and then we see Carol Danvers out of her frumpy, civilian clothes into her suit. Because now she's pissed off. She's mad because that child is half Kree and so is she. And Jessica's down there saying someone just made a big mistake. So she listens to, I believe, well, she doesn't have to listen to anybody right now, but she's talking about her human family, but she mentioning that she is half Kree because of some ancient alien technology, and she lands over Eastern Europe, a refugee encampment. And she looks down there and thinks that maybe she can be the little kid's freak accident. She says something bad went down here. And of course you can tell because people are lying on the ground and the tents are falling. Danvers to Alpha Flight. You with me, Wynn? Yes, sir. Deploy a medical team to my coordinates. Deploying, sir. She says, who did this, or did you see where it went? Hala. That's right. From Hala. A Kree child, blue skin, right? Where is she? And I think they recognize, the Kree symbol on her chest. Hala, the alien says. Super. So that's where the child was taken, at least in that direction. So she's off in flight, and she's going to try and see if she can find the child. Like I said, the artwork, it's not bad, but I think it could be better. But this panel right here, where it shows better definition of Captain Marvel, is from this angle. I really like that, because in most panels she looks like sort of like a pencil stick, really thin. Danvers to Alpha Flight. I don't know what we saw on that video. Problem seems to be a rogue Army Ranger. Yes, sir. How about you ping the DoD network to shut his unit down? I've got this. Pinging, sir. Get me a bioscan. What am I looking at here? Scanning now. 1 juvenile Kree and 1 intermediate, sir. Intermediate? I'm not sure. I thought it was humanoid, but now it's somehow not. And so she's not exactly sure what she's going to be up against. Okay, big guy, I'm guessing you know who I am. So let's skip the small talk. Identify yourself, Ranger, and put the kid down. He doesn't say a word. Whoa, okay. That moon isn't a moon. It's some kind of escape pod. Bounty acquired. Whoosh. You know, the pod opens. A bounty hunter in the army? I don't think so. Because she was in the service. Ow! Let go of her, Hunter. I'll double your rate for the name of whoever hired you. Blue-skinned Kree are protected by intergalactic accord. You know that. Initiating launch sequencing. Launching in 5. No. Because the little kid's starting to get really scared. And he's not paying a bit of attention to her. Now you're just being annoying, and she's getting ticked because you can see the energy building up around her fist. Leave it alone, Captain. So you do know who I am. But do you know who I am? Am I an Army Ranger? Or a Kree orphan? Help! Help! Captain Marvel is hurting me! Seriously? A shapeshifter? So old school. But not as old school as brute force. Namely mine, she says. Now to grab the moon ship thing. Seriously, she couldn't say pod? It's like he wrapped the kid up to go. Like some sort of Kree takeout. Hold on, kid. And so there's a big explosion. And she's going after the kid and catches up to the pod. She says, just sit tight, little guy. We've got 240,000 miles to go. But today we're traveling at the speed of Carol, which is crazy fast, even for me. Coming in hot, Alpha Flight. So she radios the station. And aboard the station, there's Wendy, Bran, Puck, and Squatch there to greet her. She says, "You brought us a present?" Close. One blue-skinned Kree, complete with bonus smuggler's pod. A moon pie? We saw bounty hunter and shapeshifter. Yep, 2 for 1. I've got it. Welcome to Alpha Flight, kid. No, it's okay. You're okay. I'm not going to hurt you. No. Maybe that's the only word the kid knows. No. Now, Brand, the one in the green, she's kind of cool. She's not. She's the subordinate in a way of Captain Marvel, but she can still hold her own. See, this is where I work, Wendy says. I keep Alpha Flight's brain running. And this is how Squatch and I keep us from crashing through the atmosphere. They really aren't sure if the little child understands or not. Puck, not helping, because the little kid doesn't seem shocked, but she's interested. Relax, the kid knows we're not the bad guys. But then she reaches out and pulls on his beard. Yow! And Brand says, "Are all children this sticky?" Puck says, it's a sticky, nasty little beard puller. Puck, you're talking about a child. They don't bite. And Carol's like, only sometimes. I know everything we're saying. It knows everything we're saying. It knows all, Puck says. Yeah, cut the crap, kid. We're on to you. Maybe it can get a word out around all that ice cream. Brand, Puck, out. And Brand's like, Either way, this DNA is going to the lab. What the cranky lieutenant means is Alpha Flight has a universal translator, and we'd like to talk to you so we can help you. Can you tell us your name? Name is Hala. So she understands a little bit. Hala is where you're from, Carol says. A name is what people call you. My name is Carol, and I'm from Boston, Beantown, where when I was little, my dad used to call me Bean. Bean. Really, Captain? I also had a thing for jelly beans, but that was another story. Wait. Probably pretty stale, but aha! Here we go! My jellies! Bean? Bean. See what I mean? Good stuff. Bean. You don't have a name? So you're just gonna have mine? Yes, mine. Well then, I guess Bean it is. Crap. I think she gets an alert from the board, their board of directors, which is made up of aliens and humans. She says, I move we suspend all Alpha Flight board meetings until the alien refugee crisis is resolved. And Black Panther says, you know how the charter works, Captain Marvel. No can do, Captain America says. But we're looking at a displacement crisis of epic proportions, and we're running out of time. The Chitauri are coming. They've chased these aliens out of their homes, and we're next if we don't help each other. And this issue is kind of where I think the seeds for what would become known as Secret Empire are laid, I think. Captain America says this becomes an extinction level event. I agree, which is why we're building an atmospheric shield. Yeah, that's part. I think that's part of it. But I won't raise the shield if it means trapping defenseless refugees outside, choosing who lives and who dies. We've all seen how that ends. I need more resources, Captain. Of course, and we're doing what we can, but there is still an Alpha Flight budget crisis. Speaking of, how's the show going, Danvers? She says, let me get something straight. Alpha Flight's cargo bay is full of stranded alien refugees who whole intergalactic races are flooding to Earth. I've got the White House calling, and a shape-shifting bounty hunter is stealing greedy children. And you're telling me that my priority in all this, Captain Marvel and her boob windows? I don't think so. Black Panther says, that unfortunate show is why the Alpha Flight space station and refugee relocation program can't exist. We are heroes. Whenever. We serve our people, Captain. When, not how. Come on, Bean. We're done here. So they exit the board meeting, since Carol does not like what she's hearing. But I kind of have to agree, and all that, the board's concerned about the show. But on the other hand, I have to understand her board of directors. I have to sympathize with them as well. So I understand both sides. Bounty acquired. HLC 10 is en route to base. Affirmative, MEM. Tracking Hala Child 10 on our radar. Status update on 9. The half-cree took the child as bait. Returning to base shortly. And there's the bounty hunter. Just need to clean up first. Who changes itself into Captain Marvel. Now to hunt some bigger game. To be continued. Okay, I admit this issue was very slow and it had nothing in the way of really good action scenes, but I think it was in part to set the tone for the next few issues, but also regarding artwork, I think they could have done better drawing Captain Marvel, as this was her rebooted series. I mean, they could have shown some definition to her body, not only to her bust, but to her arms and legs. And she had to go through training in order to get into the Air Force. She had to go through training in order to be qualified for NASA. By that time, she should have some muscle. She should be showing some muscles in her body. There should be some definition to her. You know, with that backstory of being in both the Air Force and NASA, our hero should be almost as muscular, I think, as Captain America. But the artist chose not to draw her that way. I think, you know, the Captain Marvel that we've seen in it so far, she could not have made it through the Air Force or NASA, for that matter, in the shape they draw her in. But anyway, did you like this issue? Let me know, yeah, because I want to hear back from you. I'm Michael for Spirit Comics. Please do comment below and subscribe if you haven't already, and also smash that bell like She-Hulk so you'll get notified of all new uploads. And please do like this video, this review, and share it with someone else. Till next time.